Today is so exciting. I'm sure I'll title the video something like what I'm doing, so you guys already know what I'm doing. I've been waiting for this day for a long time. Just feeling really good today.
Get me out of here. Just get me out of here.
Oh, what a cutie. This is Evelyn's new puppy if you guys haven't seen it yet. He's a Springer Spaniel and he really likes to play with the cat. So, okay, breakfast time and whoa. I'm starting a caffeine-free lifestyle. I know you guys always tell me to do that and I'm just seeing how it goes. Also, I know a lot of people are love or hate tuna, so sorry in advance, but this is my breakfast. It has relish in it. Down. Sit. Oh, good boy. He's 11 weeks old. I'm also probably sure that you guys haven't been told yet, but our older lab, Marty, passed away 2 weeks ago. So that's been really hard on our family. She was in a lot of our videos, but yeah, R.I.P. Marty. She had an infection that spread really quickly, like over 24 hours. And we tried to get her to the vet, and no vet would take her all day. We finally got her to the vet at 7:15 at night on Friday, and then she passed away at about 10:30 that night. Trying to put my socks on, but he is a little ferocious this morning. Also, he does not live here. Excuse me, I have that. Evelyn drops him off every morning because she goes to the farm and then comes in and works here after, so it just makes sense. This is his least favorite part of the day. Is obviously when Auntie has to leave and he has to go in the cage. Yeah, come here. Little rat. Sorry. So, a lot of you guys are probably wondering why we haven't used GPS in the past, and honestly, we don't have a great reason for that. We just never have. And when I've run other people's equipment with GPS, I'm like, oh my gosh, why do we not have this? Today's the day, and we're going to install it. Monroe tractor is coming up this morning. So I'm going to go out and clean out the tractor and move it and everything. So literally. Okay. That's a lot.
Clyde, because it was a boy.
Growl at me.
The one that was in here the other day was growl. It was.
Did you make all this mess?
Yeah.
Ew.
Damn it was over here barking at.
And I'm here with Nate from Monroe.
What's up,
so we are going to be installing an Ag Leader GPS system, right?
Yep.
So tell us a bit about your job title and kind of what we're doing today.
Yeah. So I'm a precision product specialist for Monroe Tractor. I do all the sales, support, and install for the precision systems, whether it be planters, tractors, whatever. So we're gonna throw that in. It's gonna be a full guidance system. We're going to start with just that, and then maybe a little bit later on, we're going to come back and do their Agfinity, which is going to give them some wireless data transfer and things like that.
Awesome. Yeah, so we're putting on our 7930, and we're going to get going now. What are you doing now?
I'm moving all the stuff out of the way so I can mount the plate for the steer command controller.
Awesome. Okay.
It's going to sit down here along this sidewall.
Perfect. Less place to put a junk.
There you go. Once I got that mounted, I can kind of stretch out cables and figure out the best way to run those.
Perfect.
Oh, you're moving? Are you really?
We're gonna have to hire 2 people now.
Yeah, Mike won't miss me. Mike will miss me the most. Yeah, no one to argue with no more.
While you're running stuff, I guess you can make up for it.
I guess.
I don't know what you're trying to do, but lift it up.
You guys know that our hay vine has been broken for a long time, like literally 2 months. And it was because this girl that works here, I don't know who it was, but she seems pretty cool. Anyway, the filter had a leak in it, and all of the engine oil ran out. So, and if you didn't know this, the alarms don't go off on these hay vines until they're completely out. A rock hit the filter and it cracked it. Not a good scenario. So we're finally putting it back after it being not being able to use it for 2 months. And so hopefully we'll have it ready to go by third cutting. Don't mess up.
Okay. Alright. Let's warm up.
I think it's ready to go. So let's check it out. So pretty. Wow, I feel so fancy and professional. Awesome. Got a little. Taking it out to go. We're gonna calibrate it and see how well it works. See if everything is all set to go. So now we're calibrating it, and what is the importance of doing that?
Well, the calibration is going to teach the steering system how the tractor actually responds to different commands and things like that. So basically it just makes it so that the tractor does actually steer in a straight line or in the lane that you tell it.
Probably really important.
A little bit.
Okay.
So when you first start up your tractor, turn the display on. This is going to be the page that you're going to come to. If you're doing some general tillage, if you are pulling a planter and it's actually doing something with the planter, this would be a sprayer or spreader, combine or chopper, and then a tile plow, and then this is just general guidance.
Okay.
But now we can start pairing implements with it. So now we have a lane all one pass. So if we come back here, we're going to do a new configuration. We're going to say tillage. We're going to use this tractor with that tillage tool. And so now that one is set up. You're going to hit tillage, and up here it's going to give you a list of all of your different configurations once they're paired together.
Okay, that makes sense.
And now it brings us into our field screen. So you can change the view of that a little bit. On this side of the screen over here, this is where all of your recording functions, I guess, are going to be. So if we tap on the tabs to kind of pull them out, the first one is just going to be the legend, basically what the paint on the screen represents. The next one down is going to be markers. dig up a big rock.
Oh, okay.
Or you
That's
hit
cool.
a rock that's just under the surface. We can add a marker. We can change the icon to be whatever you want it to be.
Wow, that's cool.
So we'll just leave it at number 1. And then you can name what that marker is. So for this one, we'll just call it a rock. And if you want, you can even put a note in there to say, you know, it's below the surface or something like that. So now you can see that blue X
That's super
right behind it. So now if you're coming back with a rock picker or something like that, you just go to where all the blue X's are
Okay.
and you're going to go. Saves you a little bit of driving around.
Awesome.
Next one down, this is going to be your boundaries, your headland recording, and then if you want to record topography, you can. You don't have to record boundaries for your fields, but this does have an automatic field finder for when you're switching fields. So it'll say you're leaving this field, you want to start a new one, you pull in the next one, say yes, it'll automatically load the field you're in. This last tab down here are your actual guidance patterns. So if you just hit new pattern, here is your pattern options. So if we hit change pattern, these are all the different ones you have. So straight would just be here's point A, here's point B, it snaps the line.
Okay.
Adaptive curve is going to be basically
The waterway or something?
Well, so like I'll use this picture for example. This first pass is the one that he recorded.
Oh, right.
He made the swing around. He drove the same pass back, came back around, hit gauge. It would have been the same pass, but he made this correction here.
Okay.
So when he made that correction, it copied that to the next passes. That only works in one direction. So if you do like a dogleg turn this way, your first turn is out that way. That won't work going this way. Identical curve would be if you have like a big curved field and you want to follow that all the way down.
All right.
It'll be the exact same. Pivot, we don't really use out here, but obviously if you're going in circles, that's the one you want to use. And then Smart Path allows you to basically map out your field however you want in different sections. So for today's demonstration, we'll just start with straight. And over here, you can either do set point A, or you can tell it, I want to go in a certain direction. So 248.2 is the direction we're currently facing.
Okay.
So if I just click that, it'll snap a line that way. We'll go ahead and hit Tab B. And now we have our guidance lines ready. So the red line is going to be the one that it steers you to. The black lines are just the line either side, so when you're turning around, you know where to go. This display does have the ability to do split screen. So if you were running a planter or if you were running a combine, the planter, you would have your planter monitor and all of that up here.
Okay.
Combine, you could have your spout camera or something like that over here. It does have the ability to run up to 4 cameras.
Okay.
So back up, maybe something for your head, something in the bin, something out on the spout. And then if you want to just look at your cameras, those are there. In addition to all that, this right here is going to be a summary tab. So if you click on that, it will tell you how many, what your acres per hour are, how many acres you've covered, how much time you've been in that field.
Okay,
so all of that is actually
wow.
right on the
This
screen.
is awesome.
Swing.
Awesome.
So if you pull in and say you're 6 inches over or something like that, off the line here. So say you pull into the field and right here is where you think you should be, and right there is where it's telling you you should be. And it's a couple days later, this is where you are is probably correct.
Okay.
Because of the fact that the lines will drift over time. You can either nudge your line in 30-inch increments, or you can press this button and it'll shift it right to where you're sitting.
Okay. They really thought of everything.
When you're done with the field, you want to move on to the next one. You're just going to hit these 3 lines up here. You can either go home, which is going to take you all the way back out to that first screen. You can go to field, which is going to be your field selection. You can go to event. So we'll use hay, for example. You have first cutting, second cutting, third cutting, fourth cutting. Each one of those will be a different event.
Okay.
If you use the same event for each one, all of the coverage, all of the paint on the screen will still be there.
Okay.
So you'll paint it for first, paint it again for second. But if you do a new event, it'll be separate. But if we just go to field, it just brings up this page, and then you can click your list and go to the field that you're moving to.
Okay. So if you have, like, you said you do the boundaries and then you can get all the field names, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you said? And then, but what if, so they probably will shift, the lines will shift even though you did the boundaries?
Yes.
Okay, now I'm going to show my dad how to use it. He's all excited, I think. What's up? Are you excited?
I am like almost nervous. I'm so excited.
Okay.
We're gonna bale hay with the GPS.
Oh, I was thinking that might be a good idea. Watch this. This is super cool. I'm going to be mind blown.
So what are we doing here?
Well, this is all I've done so far. So all you have to do is you turn around. He can show you all the tech. I filmed it all too, so that you can watch the video too.
Oh, good. That's awesome. That's what I'm gonna need to know. So what'd you just push there?
So I guess when you see the red line,
Yeah.
that just turned around by itself because
Did?
yeah, I didn't even touch it. So that's just a line that it's following, and you set that in the beginning, so you like drive straight for one row, and then you just set the line, and then it'll do that the whole time.
Wow. So right now it's driving perfectly straight.
Just by itself. And if you like go over here, you go over here, and then you reset it like that, and it'll go over.
So you can actually steer by yourself?
Yeah.
And then just, wow. Look at the big skip in the field.
Yeah, so that's overlapping the darker green.
Yeah, you skipped. So every row you have to reset that? Like,
You just have to press the button.
just press the button every row?
Yeah.
Or it does it automatically?
You just have to press it when it gets to the row. Because you could like go to the middle and then press it and it'll go in the right row so that you have the right amount
Oh, that's
of
cool.
space.
So let's turn around right now and see what it does.
You want to?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have enough room. So watch it when the new red line
Yep.
comes up. Like right there.
So you just set it?
Yeah. So everyone's driving it by itself.
No kid.
Isn't that cool?
That's amazing.
There's all, so you can like name every piece of equipment that you're doing, so if you're like planting or if you have like the one pass and how much feet it is. I don't really know.
Oh, you get it down to like probably 6 inches, right?
Yeah, and then you can move the red line,
Oh,
like
wow.
wherever you want right now.
Oh, is that how you adjust the width of the equipment?
I think you have to set it, he'll show you. Little feature of my dad's truck, as usual. My dad's gonna learn how to use it. So he's all excited. He's gonna learn from the professional because I don't think I quite use the terminology that I'm supposed to. We are super stoked, and again, this is Ag Leader products. So you can transfer them from tractor to tractor. My dad loves it, so I think he's already falling in love. And we've never had GPS ever, and we've always planted by hand. Everyone is very surprised by that. not by hand, but with no GPS. So, and our roads are not that straight. My dad likes to think they are. So anyway, I'm just gonna film a little bit of him working with it, and he's gonna kind of give an idea of the same run through that I got. So I'm glad that I got it on video though, because if I ever don't know what I'm doing, I can look back at the video. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is a very straight line. So it's going right back over what they drove on the first time. Pretty sweet. My dad gave me the thumbs up. He must like it. So then he hits the button, and that's probably turning by itself. I know that you guys could probably watch a tractor drive in straight lines for hours, but I'm gonna grab some dinner in a second. Once again, we are so excited to be working with Ag Leader, and this is just super fun. Life-changing. So, I can't wait to show you guys more Ag Leader content in the future. GPS, this and that, for every single thing we do with our 7930. Peace out, Girl Scouts.